Hey guys, this is Babypowder. I'm coming to you with another one of my amazing multi-box gold guides where I show you how easy it is to make lots of gold with less effort and without a group. Now, I do apologize, guys. I know it's been all week and I haven't came out with a video pretty much, and there's a reason behind that. I went to go check out a new farm and it actually didn't quite meet my expectations. I tried a couple others near the area and just kept exploring, and finally though I did find one that seems pretty amazing, and actually I'm probably a little bit more excited about this farm than what the other one might have even turned out to be. Just so you know, I was actually looking for another farm to possibly do the fell cloth that might actually, you know, yield some transmog, as the other one, yeah, it yields a lot of fell cloth, which is nice because fell cloth sometimes does carry some good value, but it doesn't really drop that much transmog. But I was actually getting less fell cloth and about the same amount of transmog with that farm. But that happens, you know, when you're out exploring these farms, sometimes it takes a lot longer. And that's, you know, some of these videos, you know, some of these things, it takes me a lot longer to actually complete because of trying to try out many different locations, especially when it's in a newer area. But anyway, keep watching because this farm is awesome, and we actually do get a pet out of this farm. So I'm really excited to share this with you guys. So stay tuned and see how it's done. All right, guys. So here we are at the new farm, and basically we are right here in Felwood, right here where the ruins of Constellus is. As you see, I've got all the potatoes and everything spread out along all these pools here. Now, also, you know, I said there was a pet involved in this farm. You see all these oozes around here. So you can already guess, we are farming for the Oozling bag, which actually has the disgusting Oozling inside and a bunch of herbs and things like that. And one thing I really like about this farm, where, you know, yeah, you can go out and do the Frostfire Hot Spring farm, which I'll put up at the top of the screen. Go check that one out if you like. But, you know, it drops the Azure Whelpling, it drops the disgusting Oozling, but there's a mixture of mobs there, so you don't have as much of a chance for the Oozling pet as you do with this one. But then again, you do also have the Ruins of South Shore farm that I covered out there in the Hillsbrad Foothills, which I'll also put up the top of the screen. Go check that one out if you like. Which, yeah, it does yield more of a chance for the Oozling pet because there's nothing but a bunch of oozes there, and you do have a chance to possibly get the black tabby cat. So both those farms, you can get 2 pets. But really, I've never actually gotten the black tabby cat farm doing the Ruins of South Shore farm, but it should be a chance still to get it there because of the fact it is out there in the ruins of or the Hillsbrad Foothills. Sorry. But then again, this farm, the reason why I like this one is you get a lot of kills with the oozes, and so you get a lot of those oozing bags, and so you have a really good chance to get the disgusting Oozling. But you also get some decent transmog pieces. I've gotten jade pieces, I've gotten saltstone pieces, I've seen steadfast pieces drop. So some decent transmog along with a lot of chances for that Oozling pet. So yeah, don't get the chance at the second pet, but you do get more of a chance for the disgusting Oozling and get some decent transmog pieces. But before we get into that, because we'll go over the gear later and stuff that I received, let's go ahead and look at the farm, look at your route, and look at where all the potatoes are located. So first off, this is where I actually have my main located, down at the kind of, I guess, at the bottom of this pool right here. If you look at the map, I'm located right here, closest to the ruins of Constellus, the actual words or whatever, right down here at the bottom. And as far as the route goes, when you get here, you'll see, you know, there's kind of this broken building here, and it kind of loops around with the pool right here and everything. So what I do is I will actually, which I don't actually have a bear tartar anymore, and you can see too, in case you're curious, I did this for an hour, which actually I did it wrong, which I'll go over in a little bit as well, for the first 40 minutes. But I ended up still, for that last 20 minutes, doing it right, and actually, you know, still doing it, you know, the way I was doing it at first. Ended up with over 2,000 kills here, so not bad at all. But basically, you just take your main, go around here, killing the Oozlings, and of course, I'm not going to go as fast as I was going because I don't have that, you know, bear tartar buff. but still, it's still not bad at all. I mean, these things, they just spawn so fast. I mean, sometimes it seems like they're actually spawning back in those spaces before I even get around to the other side to do the loop. So you might even be able to stand still at some point, but I feel like by running a route, you're actually going to get more kills than actually sitting still. And honestly, I didn't test it, so I'm not 100% that you can sit still. Now, of course, if you bring a bigger multi-box group, or you actually just have more people or whatever, you do like a 2x4 or something like that, I'm sure you can get it to where you can actually stand still with everybody. But still, it's not that bad at all. You're just going around in a circle, kind of like that Frostfire Hot Spring Farm, where you're going around a tree. This time you're just kind of making a loop around this small edge of the pool here. But as you see, I mean, just killing tons and tons of these mobs as I'm going around here. And like I said, I don't even have the Bear Tartar on, so I'm not moving as fast as I would. But anyway, after that, you start your looting phase. You go around. I would actually loot all of the mobs around here. I would actually use my looter ring since I am a horde group and they do actually have engineering on the main, whereas my alliance doesn't. And I would actually try to get some of these ones in the pools and stuff with the looter ring. But after that, you know, I just go around, loot all around here. I come over here to where my first potato is and loot this location right here where triangle is. And I would actually come across here, and that's where the first location of your potato is. Right here at the other end of that same little like pool area, river, whatever you want to call it, right across from them. Kind of in the middle here, and you do want to line this one up just right to where they're actually hitting this mob, that mob, and actually hitting that mob as well. You actually hit this one in the pool with your main when you come across here, so don't worry about that one too much, but you do want to be hitting those 3 spots. All right, so then you got your next potato, which is actually down here where square is, right beside these mushrooms here, so you can kind of line it up with that. And so they are actually killing that mob, that mob, that mob, and this one in the pool as well. So you will be able to actually loot all those with your main when you're going around doing your actual loot cycle. And also make sure that you're using your looter ring keybind so that your potatoes are looting as you're going around. Now, the way I failed, I mentioned I would go over that. When I first started this, I did not know about this other location I'm getting ready to take you to show you where the other potatoes are located. And I actually just saw all these oozes around here. Now, granted, if you kill these ones around here, your main can loot these. But it does take you over a minute to get back anyway. So, and you want to aim for like a minute, you know, when you're looting anyway. So you don't really want to go past that minute too much. But I had one sitting on top of these mushrooms, and I actually had one over here, killing all these mobs around here and killing those mobs and the one in the pool there. But the only problem with that is, luckily enough, actually it took 40 minutes for it to happen. So it was working out, but I wasn't seeing the spawns as fast as you just saw when I was running my route. But they still were respawning. But at about 40 minutes, everything stopped. I stopped getting respawns and everything like that. So I'm like, oh, one of my potatoes, one of the oozlings done got out of range or something like that. And so when I was doing my loot phase, I was trying to see what oozling was out of the range of my potato and how I needed to adjust. But I didn't see none along the route that time for whatever reason. So I was like, well, that's weird, because it was just working fine. It just stopped. Now, I have had that happen just for no reason at all at different farms for some reason. But I decided to explore a little bit. Found this area over here, which is right over here. Okay, this is where we were. This is where our main is. Which, let me blow that up for you. So this is where our main and the one potato is, and then this is where the other potato is. And we actually had the other 2 potatoes along this end. Well, now we're over here. And so you come over here, and I mean, there's just a ton of these oozes in this spot. So I decided to put 2 here. You have your first one right here where this like waterfall thing is. I apologize about my voice, guys. Anyway, we have one right here where circle is. And there's probably more oozes around here than, you know, what the other potatoes get themselves. So you have those, and you have this one right here at the other end, kind of where it bends right here in front of these mushrooms here. Try to line up with the mushrooms. That's the kind of key here. But yeah, You have this one sitting right here, just killing a ton of oozes, which you can't really see because you know they've already killed them and they've despawned. See if I can get some of them to spawn up a little bit here. You see, yeah, see some of them are even starting to come back up. You know, I'm not killing my main's location. But I did actually try to come over here and loot as well. I don't think it's really worth it because it takes too long. Just get back to killing, because the more mobs you kill, and you only spend like a minute looting, the actual more loot you get. It might seem like, oh, I'm missing all this loot, but really you're not, because you're getting more because you're killing more. Same reason why you don't just go around kill loot, kill loot, kill loot, because it actually takes longer and you get less loot. So you were actually, if you did travel over here, you were actually able to just loot these mobs right here with your main, but you couldn't actually loot the ones down here because it was out of your loot range anyway. So yeah, definitely make sure that you put them over there, because the respawns are so much faster, as you saw when we were just running the route. Whereas when I was running the route with my main before and I actually had them at the other pool, I actually was sitting there and seeing where like I would have to go around like twice before I'd hit every single one of these mobs. Like some of these, like every now and then, like this mob wouldn't have been spawned up, or that one wouldn't have been spawned, or the one in the pool over there wouldn't have been spawned, or something like that. So they was probably spawning about half as fast as they are right now with having that other spot covered. So since they are linked, that, you know, that is understandable, because you actually need to have, you know, something being killed in each area in order for that to happen, which honestly just having one potato over there works, but I actually feel like it's even better with having two over there for the fact of the loot that your potato provides compared to what you could, that little bit of extra loot you could get with your main by flying down to the other end of the other pool. So yeah, guys, as far as the farm goes, I think it's outstanding. You get tons and tons of kills as far as the mobs go. Wish I would have found it out a little bit sooner, but I'm happy that I actually got lucky and the mobs stopped spawning for that 40-minute area. That way I could actually go and explore and find that other spot. Because if I wouldn't have done that, it definitely wouldn't have turned out as great. It was actually seeming good already, but it seems a lot better by covering that other pool. So just one more shot here. This is where we are. This is where your main is. You have one potato here, one potato there, and you have two way over here. Which, if you're looking at your actual mains area, right through there is where you actually have your two potatoes. They're way off in the distance that you don't go loot. And then right across from the very end here, going down the actual like pool or lake or whatever you want to call this thing, is where you have your other two potatoes where you can actually go loot from. All right, guys. So as I mentioned, I was going to go over the loot. And so this is what I'm going to do now, is show you kind of what I got. Of course, the bag value thing's not working, so we'll just give it like an estimate. But anyway, I've got a whole bunch of the herbs from the Oozling bags. Along with, these are some of the pieces my main picked up. We got the Tyrant's leg plates, you know, 12,000 mile round, 23,000 region. Definitely a nice piece there. It looks like the saltstone, just a different color variation. We got the saltstone bracers, so not saltstone legs or anything, but I wonder if, I don't know, because I didn't receive any. I'll tell you that right off before we go over the other loot. But I wonder if the saltstone legs and chest can actually drop, just because of the fact we did get the Tyrant's legs. Doesn't necessarily mean it can, but you know, still nice. We did get a saltstone piece. We also got these skeletal shoulders. It's a blue, only 4,000 mile round, but 5,000 region, 0.02 sell rate, which is nice. We got the steadfast legs, which is 19,000 mile round, 9,000 region, 0.02 sell rate as well. We got to discuss the Oozling here. For actually, there's none up on my realm yet. This is the unlearned version at 24,000 mile realm, 8,000 region, or actually 25,000 region. Sorry. Then we also get the steel lock boxes, which I think is one of the nice lock boxes to actually get to, and then some low value pieces here. So not bad already for our main. Then if we go around to some of our potatoes, we actually got another disgusting Oozling here, so that's two. And then we've got, you know, of course, the herbs and stuff, just some low value stuff, and another lockbox. We go to another one, and we've got the jade boots. So there's the jade piece right there. That's the only piece of that potato got. And then we go to another potato, which I know I usually put all the potatoes looped together, but I was kind of rushing for this video because I need to head to work soon. So I'm trying to get it out to you guys. But anyway, we also got this, the Blade of the Titans, which yeah, it's not the greatest, but it's a blue, and I figured I'd feature it since it's a 0.02 sell rate, 2,000 mile realm, 4,000 region, and that's it. Except for, we did actually get one other disgusting oozling, so we got 3 total. I did have to learn it though, because it was on this potato right here, actually. And it actually, that was another issue with this, where I probably could have gotten a little bit more loot as well. I found out that once I actually had a disgusting oozling in the bag here, I had to learn the other one because it kept disconnecting this realm each time I try to use the macro. Because the macro I have, which is this one right here, I'll show you. Which I got listed as something else because I just used the other macro I was actually using for the other farm I was trying out. But it's this /target CUR, which is the first 3 letters of the mob's name, /cast sunfire, and then /use the oozing bag. So each time I was trying to open the oozing bag, it actually had a disgusting oozling in it, and I had one in the bag, which it won't allow you to carry more than one unlearned one since it's unique. So it was disconnecting this potato. So I had to learn it, and once I learned it, there was no more problems. So yeah, make sure that you're learning those if you're actually doing this farm for yourself, so that way you can actually, you know, make sure that you don't disconnect your potatoes and actually you get as much loot as possible. And of course, like I said, we also were doing the farm pretty much wrong for the first 40 minutes because it wasn't, you know, granting as many respawns. So yeah, there's 2 things there that, you know, might actually yield you some better results when you come out and do this farm if you do it the way I actually showed you where the potatoes are now, and also if you're learning your disgusting oozlings as you get them, so you can avoid that problem, or you just don't open the bags in your macro until you're done with the farm. That's another way to avoid it as well. But yeah, so with that, we can actually take a look at the learn one and see just how much it actually brings us as far as value compared to the unlearned. So the learned one, which actually I don't have it on this one, let me see. Let me go to another one here. I don't know why that's not loaded up, but it's loaded up on this one. So here, so it's showing that on this realm, it's anywhere from, it's about 12,000 for the learned one. So yeah, it does drop in value, but then again, you can learn it and actually cage it on multiple different realms. So it might even sell for more on a different realm, just like the unlearned version might be different as well. Like this one's showing 24,000 market value, which because there's none of the unlearned ones up yet on this realm, whereas on this realm, this is a different realm, and this one's showing the same. Oh no, that's the same potato, sorry. So yeah, this one is showing 34,000 on this realm, and there is actually some up, and then of course the region value is the same. So yeah, it does really differ between the realms. So yeah, you know, definitely try it out. Get your disgusting oozlings, spread your pets out, and make as much gold as you possibly can off of them. Alright guys, well, I hope you liked the video on the disgusting oozling farm out there in Felwood. Definitely a lot of respawns, really awesome, and everything. I was definitely excited to find this after I was failing so much at the other farm. Well, I mean, the farm was working. It didn't yield the results I would like to share it with you guys. I didn't think it was worth it compared to some of the other farms we've already gone over. But yeah, definitely good for the disgusting oozling and getting some of those other pieces of transmog along the way as well. Whereas, yeah, you know, the Frostfire Hot Spring farm, which is a great farm, you definitely should check that one out. You get like the Azure Wealth and disgusting oozling, and you get the essence of water, which is nice, and you can get those really high value pieces like that drop out in Solithus. But you don't have as many opportunities to get disgusting oozling. So if you need disgusting oozling really bad, and you also want a chance at some decent transmog, definitely give this one a try. I think it's definitely worth it. I'll definitely be excited to do this one a lot more often. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, go ahead and make sure you hit that thumbs up down below. Also hit that subscribe button. It definitely helps out. Also, don't forget about the links down below for Discord, stream on Twitch, and for Facebook and Twitter. There is also links for the merch store, which, as you see, I'm actually wearing one of the new hoodies right here. You got the baby powder yay right here. So yeah, it's pretty nice. It's actually decent quality and everything too. And it looks pretty awesome, I think. I mean, if you guys like the baby powder emote that I have for the stream channel. But anyway, guys, that's about all I have. This is Baby Powder. Peace. I'm out.